In this lesson, we'll apply what we've learned about literal and non-literal meanings. Remember, literal meanings are when a phrase has words that we mean exactly as they're written. Non-literal is when we're using them as a figure of speech. We don't mean them word for word what they mean. We mean something else depending on the words. An example of non-literal could be, I'm so tired I could sleep for days. It just is a way of describing how tired I am, but I can't really sleep for days. My body would wake me up to eat or to drink. Let's look at some other examples. She was hungry, so she ran home to eat something out of her pantry. Is that literal? Could every single one of those things really truly happen? Or is that non-literal? We're just using the words in a descriptive way. Pause the video and use your clues. She was hungry, so she ran home to eat something out of her pantry. That is literal. Somebody really can be hungry. Somebody really can run home. And then somebody really can get something to eat out of their pantry. We're not using figurative language here. The words are written to mean exactly what they say. Let's look at another example. She was so hungry that she could probably eat the entire refrigerator. Is that literal or non-literal? Pause the video. She was so hungry that she could probably eat the entire refrigerator is non-literal. We're definitely describing that she's really hungry and she needs a lot of food, but she probably can't eat everything in the fridge before she gets full. Let's look at another example. I worked so hard doing all of my chores, so now I have a lot of money in my wallet. Is that literal or non-literal? Pause the video. I worked so hard doing all of my chores, so now I have a lot of money in my wallet is literal. If you do a lot of chores, then you could be paid a lot of money. Let's look at another example. My new job is paying me great money. My wallet is filled with a ton of money. Is that literal or non-literal? Pause the video. My new job is paying me great money. My wallet is filled with a ton of money. A ton is a huge amount of weight. So if you literally had a ton of money in your wallet, you wouldn't even be able to pick your wallet up. So this is a great way of using descriptive language to tell us that there's a lot of money in your wallet, but it's non-literal. Let's look at another example. My cat is tired, so she walked over to the windowsill and took a nap for 3 hours. Is that literal? A cat really could take a nap in the sun for 3 hours. Or is it non-literal? It's just a descriptive way of writing. My cat is tired, so she walked over to the windowsill and took a nap for 3 hours is literal. A cat really could sit on a windowsill, and a cat really could take a nap for 3 hours. Let's look at another example. My dog walked as quietly as a mouse across the room in order to sneak a treat out of the jar. Is it literal? Can a dog really walk as quietly as a mouse? Or is it non-literal? Is it just descriptive to describe how quietly the dog walked? Pause the video and think about your answer. My dog walked as quietly as a mouse across the room in order to sneak a treat out of the jar is non-literal. As hard as a dog might try, a dog cannot be as quiet as a mouse. A dog is a lot bigger than a mouse, so they can't ever be as quiet as a mouse. But it's descriptive language to help us understand exactly how quiet the dog was when the dog walked across the floor. Let's look at 2 more examples. I tried to keep my friend's secret, but as soon as I saw my other friends, I let the cat out of the bag. Is that literal? Every single one of those words means it's exactly as it's written? Or is it non-literal? Is it a descriptive way of writing? Pause the video and think about your answer. I tried to keep my friend's secret, but as soon as I saw my other friends, I let the cat out of the bag is non-literal. Let the cat out of the bag is a phrase that we use to describe talking about things, but I don't have a cat to let out of a bag. I'm not trapping a cat in a bag so that I can tell secrets. It's non-literal. Our last example. That car is so old and rusty, it makes loud noises when it drives down the street. Is that literal? Are all of these things things that could really happen? Or is it non-literal, a descriptive way of writing? That car is so old and rusty, it makes noises when it drives down the street is literal language. When old cars drive down the street, there are probably parts that are loose that would make it make noises. So that is literal language. Great job.